Hi YouTubies, this is Brittany or Shorty Girl to you, and today I'm doing my 22-week pregnancy update. You guys know something different? Yes. Before I start my update, I have you ever gone back and looked at your videos and were like, how did I end up here? Like, I know some of my subscribers have strictly pregnancy channels where you're just using their YouTube channel or a particular YouTube channel to document their pregnancy. Well, mine wasn't intended for that. I started out doing hair reviews, hair tutorials, hauls, things of that nature. What's in my purse, just general YouTube things. And it just kind of all of a sudden, like that, in a second, went strictly pregnancy. And I was like, when did I didn't like gradually go over, do a video saying, okay, the next few videos will be documenting pregnancy. It just kind of just happened. So I just kind of want to, for those of you who subscribed to me before I became pregnant, I just want to know, if you guys want to see more haul videos because I have picked up some other things, not even pregnancy related, and then I've also picked up some baby items. So if you want to see a baby haul, you want to see a standard haul, I can do that. Just kind of break up the monotony of pregnancy, because not everybody is pregnant. I understand that. Um, or if you want to see any more, I'm still doing my hair. It hasn't looked like it for the couple of videos. I think one video or two I had scarves on. One I had my big old sleeping cap off. So it may not seem like I do hair anymore, but I do. Well, my hair anymore. I do. It's just been, I don't know. So if you want any hair tutorials, I can do that. I just did this today. This is my invisible part. There's the part. So it's just an invisible part. Woo! Let's get the color back. Okay. Long bob, and basically I just flipped out it. I know I kind of did like a swoop bang, but I didn't want anything in my face, so I just kind of curled out the bang to give it like some definition and some sass a little bit, which leads into my pregnancy update. Like this week, with pregnancy, you guys know, you women and men who are dealing with pregnant women know that we go through some changes. Like we go through emotional changes, physical changes. Even so, for some of us, it's hard to admit some of us have to feel a little self-conscious. And I'm not going to be one to say I haven't. Like, there's been moments where I'm just like, is he still attracted to me? Am I gaining too much weight? How am I going to look after pregnancy? So it's you never want to feel, and some people feel guilty. They're like, oh, I know I have to go through all these changes to get my baby here, which I love, and it's going to be unconditional. But maybe makes me feel a little selfish that I'm so worried about how my appearance. You're not selfish. Basically, everybody wants to feel good in their pregnancy. And the whole thing is, it's because we've been led to believe that pregnancy is always such a wonderful, glorious event where you have this wonderful glow all the time and you're pretty and da da da. Okay. For 40% of the people, that's true. You have those people who look like rock stars every day. But even some of the rock stars that are pregnant don't look wonderful every day. You have to take into account your body is changing, and you have to rapidly adjust with clothing, with image, with hormones, things that you have to deal with. Some things that you probably never had to deal with before. Like some people were beautiful, never had an ounce of facial hair, and all of a sudden you're plucking hairs from your chin, or you're growing extra hair, or you're waxing 2, 3, 4 times more often than you did before. Or for those of us who have to get, chemical treatments to straighten our hair, you have to wait that time frame because after your first trimester, you're looking scraggly because you can't get a relaxer at that point, or they don't recommend you do any type of dyes or chemicals within your first trimester. So, you're kind of, you still have to go through the motion. So sometimes, and with me being a new mom, soon to be a new mom, and then having a little boy, and then having my boyfriend, I'm going to be the only female in the household. And you kind of start to feel like, do you, does it even matter if you're cute? Does it even matter if you still keep yourself together? Because it's a bunch of dudes around. Like, you know, it's not like when you have it's not like you can go take your, it's not like if I were to have a little girl, I could take her, we will get our fingernails done together or have that type of bonding. I'm going to be doing this, dolo still while they're out doing basketball when they get older and stuff like that. So, for this 22 week update, it's not so much about the actual baby as much as it is about mommy. And sometimes you need to check in with mommy because baby is kind of in there doing its thing, and as long as mommy's eating right, and baby should be fine. But the other thing is to make sure that baby is fine is mommy has to be fine emotionally, mentally, physically. So I'm not gonna lie, this week has been a trying week for me. Like, it's like everyone has come to me with their problems, and I'm always the person who's open to, I'll discuss your problems with you all day long. I never try to put my issues on anybody else. I'm open, like, I guess people feel comfortable talking to me, but sometimes it feels like you kind of want to say, well, are you going to ask me if I'm okay? Are you going to ask me how I'm doing? Are you going to ask me how I feel? Because, a lot of them come to me with their problems, and I tell them what they should do, and this, and the third, and they turn around like, oh, how's the baby? Okay, but what about me? What do I have to have this baby? You worn me out with your stress. I have to deal with, I'm wearing that on my back now, and then, all you want to know is how's the baby? The baby's great. It's me who's not great. I don't know. So I guess the whole thing of me doing my hair today, because I did go through my videos and I was like, what is going on? Like, I think I had, let me see, I'm looking at my Cyberlink thing. I think I had one, two, three, 4 videos in a row where I had my hair in a scarf or a sleeping cap. No makeup on. I don't have makeup on today either. Thankfully, my son, I will say, has kept mommy's face looking good. I'm happy. Thank you, boy. Baby Xavier, mommy thanks you. So I really haven't had to have any makeup, but I was just like, you're kind of falling off. Like, I looked at older videos before I got pregnant. I was like, dang, I can see like every video I look completely different. But it was kind of making me a little sad. Like, why are you letting yourself go? And the thing is, when I go out, I make sure, I look, if I kiss and run into somebody, I always try to dress up and be cute, because you never know, you run into that person, they're like, oh, you're pregnant, let me touch your belly, and they want to talk to you. I don't go outside with my hair in a scarf and stuff. But I was just looking at the videos I did at home, and I was like, really? But that was just me being real with myself. That's how I was feeling at the moment, and I'm gonna just call BS. Like, this whole thing where you're supposed to be happy and glowing all the time is a bunch of crap. Like, you want to feel that way because you're pregnant, and we have, like I said, we've been led down the road thinking it's always milk and cookies with being pregnant, but it's not. Like, you have your aches and pains, and you have your worries, and it's just, sometimes it's a lot. I mean, you really are creating a whole nother you, another being that's going to walk this planet, make their own decisions. As much as you want that to be completely just easygoing, it's not. I mean, it takes a lot to create a human being. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience. You know, so I'm just saying, at this point, being 5.5 months pregnant, I just want, for anybody who's not there yet or who's been there and past it, just kind of make sure you take care of you. Like, make sure you check in with you a couple of times. And this is kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm checking in with me, making sure I'm good. He's fine. He's good. He gets checked by the doctor every, quite often. More so than I think they actually look at me. Um, so I know he's good. But I have to check in with me too. Um, so if that means you going out, switching your hair up, getting your nails done, even if it's something small, just getting your eyebrows waxed, or taking a long bath in the house by yourself, it's completely quiet, do that. You need to have some mommy time before the little baby gets here, because that when you do, just listen. You hear that? Silence. In a few months, you will barely hear that again. So take advantage of it. And I started to realize I'm so excited to get him here. I want to rush, through the pregnancy. I need to take time to enjoy me being pregnant, not trying to rush him out so I can dress him and put his little clothes on and see what he looks like. Yeah, I'm anxious for that, but I realized, after talking to some of my friends, they're like, look, he'll be here, and when he's here, you can't send him back. He has no receipt, no return to send. He's here to stay. So you're gonna want to make time for you, make time to not even just you and your boyfriend, you yourself, or your husband or your significant other or your partner, depending on what your relationship is, whoever you're having this baby with. Just take some time out to be like, look, I'm gonna be with you for hours in delivery, and you'll be breathing sticky breath in my face. That's great. I just need some time for me right now. I need some me time. And it's not selfish, because I'm telling you, if you don't take it now, who knows when you might be able to take it again. So just gotta do a self-check. I think, probably in the beginning of your pregnancy, in the middle, in the end, or close to delivery, just kind of check in with yourself and see where you are physically, mentally, emotionally, and make sure you're still within that safe zone, that you haven't taken on too much stress from other people's lives, or while trying to be a good friend. And just take it easy. Don't try to rush the pregnancy, the situation. Enjoy it. It's gonna have its moments where it's not all glitter and sparkles and things like that. It's not. I'm just gonna be real with you. It's gonna have some really emotional, trying times. It's gonna have some times where you're looking like, I did not realize that it's gonna cost me this much for them to go from kindergarten to high school, and then from high school to college we don't get a scholarship. I mean, you're just gonna have to, kind of wing it. But while you're winging it, make sure that you're not beating yourself up about it. What else? So I said all that to say, the 22 weeks has been good. We're at 5.5 weeks, so I made it over my 20-week, iffy period where I could potentially miscarry. And at this point, it's still possible, but he's in there kicking. He just kicked me right now, so I don't know if he did like something I just said, but so yeah, just kind of do a self-check, and not just you. Even have, like I said, your significant other do a self-check in with them. Are there some things you want to do before the baby comes, you're by yourself, or is someone you want to go with your friends before he comes? Do you want to do something together? Just kind of get some things from under your belt so you don't feel like, oh my God, now I can't do this ever because, you know. Um, what else? I think that's it. For the most part, though, this week has been pretty good. I really He's about a pound right now, which is interesting. And they say he's supposed to double in size over the next 2 weeks. So I'm waiting to see what I look like then. But I don't know. I'm excited for him. Everyone else, the family's excited for him. So this isn't going to be a very, like I said, this video isn't really going to be all about the baby and what the baby's doing right now. It's more so of we're checking in. We're halfway there, checking, we're over halfway there, so we're checking in and kind of reconnecting. So that's it. But yeah, like I said, if you want to see some other videos, because like I said, I've been doing shopping, not just for the baby, for myself, for my boyfriend. You want to see some hauls, or if you want to see some special items that I plan on putting in my hospital bag that are not typically listed, but some things that I picked up based off other videos, I can do that. If you just want to have a chat, send me a message, or if there's any topics you want to talk about, send me a message and we can go over those, or I can address those topics or questions, or kind of ask some other people and get feedback and then do a video about that. I do have a video coming up next week when I do 23-week update. It will be about the baby, but it's also going to be about delivery. Not necessarily delivery, but taking care of your lawn before delivery, we'll say, or the vajayjay area. We had a discussion at work with some of my girlfriends, and it was funny. Like, they had comments. I'm like, are you really going to be worried about what it looks like when you're about to push? Are you going to want a clean sweep down there? You want it a little just manicured? What are you going to do, when that time comes? Or if you're going to be fully natural, you're just not, I can't see it, I don't want to touch it, just let it go. So we're going to have an in-depth woman-to-woman moment, okay? And for men who are watching, I mean, you're grown, so whatever. But yeah, so guys, check back in with me next week. I might even have a video later on this week if something pops in my head that I want to talk to you guys about. But again, rate, comment, and subscribe. And now I'm up to 19 subscribers, so I guess you guys are not that completely bored with me. But stay tuned, and we'll check back in with you next week.